All right, good morning. This is Friday, July 1st. Friday, July 1st. 21 years ago today, I became a father for the first time. It's my son's 21st birthday. Happy birthday to him. We got a kind of cool thing planned. Going to the casino for the first time. Well, for him, a family trip. Should be some fun, unless I lose a lot of money. But we don't go to casinos to make money, right? All right. So yesterday, we'll start right here on the NAS. Called a really good move on the NAS yesterday. Um, so marked out the midnight price. This is another one of like ICT's thing, like find your midnight price, wherever price was at midnight. Oh, thanks, man. I started a little early. I'm 42, so he is literally half my age. And it was funny. 21 years ago, a couple of months before, like in May, was the first time I went to a casino with my grandmother and my mom, and had a great time. But so he's really into playing poker, and so he's ready to go down, get his feet wet with that. So it should be a good time. Anyways, I called a really good move right here on NAS one. Yeah, I went NAS 100 yesterday. So we were talking about the liquidity here. I'm on the 15-minute chart, and um, my initial thoughts were this was just going to break down first and then slam up. We actually caught the news, and the news came out positive for the dollar in the market for the most part. And well, actually, sorry, slightly negative because of the number came in a little bit small. The PCE number came in a little small. Right here. Yeah. 0.3. So second month in a row. And this is I think this is the first quarter that we're negative, or it might be the second quarter that we're negative. I can't remember. But anyways, not good for the dollar. But we got a little pop in the market. We took out this structure, a little high right here, and then we just slammed down, grabbing all this sell side liquidity. All these stops were taken, and then we did make that move all the way up here to this midnight price before kind of dying off and rolling over. But this is a really good move. I didn't catch any of this. I wasn't around the charts when it happened. This was kind of in hindsight. I didn't even know that the market had turned around and went this way until Dr. H posted in the chat. He said, "Wow, what a market turnaround," or something like that in Slack. And I went and looked, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Did exactly what I said. Then I got to breaking it down. Like, okay, if I was sitting in front of the charts, how would I have been able to make this play? Since I knew it was happening, how would I have been able to capitalize on it? Well, right there's my move. If you're patient enough, let me get it to where we can all see it. Here's that liquidity. This is the move from the top side down. I think I did catch a little short right here, right before market open, or no, was it right here? This was the dollar yen trade I was in. I was on the right side of the news. I was still, yeah. When we got out of the room, I was that dollar yen setup. Oh god, I'm running. I don't even know if it's still here. No, I think I took it off. No, there it is. Yeah, I was on the right side of the news right there. So when the news came out, I finished out, and that was a good little trade. But anyways, I thought I was in the NAS, but I wasn't. Anyways, I went back to look to see how I could have gotten into this. So we get this move down. I'd rather be playing this move back up. If I think it's going to go back up to these highs and this is just taking stops, then I want to look for a reason to get in and go long. Um, so we come down, create a structure here, come down, break that structure. Right. This was perfect setup. Broke that structure on this candle. There's your imbalance. And I pulled the 50% and look where the candles went to. I mean, there'd have been no drawdown. Probably would have targeted right here, at least for my partials. Maybe right here for my first partial, but definitely the top side of this, and might have left a little bit on seeking out that midnight price, which was this line. And it went right to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you would have had to sit through a little bit right in here, but if you've already taken your partials, like your large partials, and you already made basically your money, just pull your stop to a spot where it's, you know, you're comfortable getting out, right? We're not going to give anything back to the market at all. And if you're watching it, obviously you can trail it, but give it room to make this move. But that would have been the where I would have gotten in at. It would have been a great trade. But unfortunately, I wasn't watching. I wasn't at the charts. I was actually in my classroom at this time of the morning at the school, trying to clean up and get everything ready, hoping like my wife's gonna. I'm getting a new classroom this year, which is a good bad thing. This classroom is huge, but no windows. It's like centered in the building, which is great for like tornado warnings that we get, you know, once every whatever, knock on wood. I'm not gonna jinx this like that. But anyways, new classroom, huge, everything great in it. But now I've got to like redecorate and get ready. Like it can't just be like a jail cell. So right now it's just concrete walls. Um, so anyways, sticking with the NAS. Good morning, Chris. How you doing, man? I've already marked out the midnight price just in case. As you can see, we were pushing away from it. So we kind of have an idea of where price could be going at some point. You know, I don't want to make any kind of assumptions that this is going to come back down right now. I'm just going to let the market do what it wants to do, but we are building up some sell side liquidity right there and leveling off right here. So we got a nice little imbalance right there after breaking this structure. We've already made that play once right there. So just going to wait and let price do its thing. Another thing that was really cool about yesterday's move, I think it was right here where I was looking at it. Was it here? Or no, I think it was right here. Let me just look. I'm going to check here first. Yeah, it was. It was right there. So if you'll notice, S&P kind of declining right here, right? A little downward slope. US 30, downward slope. This is at the same times, right? So this is the just after the London Open all the way to 645. S&P again, just after the London Open or right at the London Open all the way to about 645. So the angle there is, you know, down. Well, if you look at the NASDAQ, clear divergence just after the London Open, which would be right here, and then all the way to 645, right there. As you can see, clear divergence. Let's go back to the S&P because it's from here, right? From here to here, this move. From here to here. So basically 430 to 645. So there's a divergence in those markets. Whereas the US 30 and S&P are showing, kind of a decline between these hours. And the NASDAQ was showing positive, kind of an upward swing. So, just something to look at. It's not going to work out like that all the time, obviously, but, hey, Miss Carrie, good morning. But I have found out that I'm able to kind of read price pretty good on these NAS 100s and in the indices. So another thing is too, so I secured a $25,000 futures account through Lilo. Josh Donahue, who's on here quite a bit, posted one in the chat, Real Life Trading Australia, that Lilo was having like a 60% off for live sale or whatever. I'd messed with Lilo quite a while back, and I decided that I was going to get it. Well, I secured a $25,000 account 2 days and in the futures. So I was like, well, that's got to be a fluke. So I bought a 50 and a 100 on the next sale, 50K account and a 100K account. I secured the 50K account yesterday afternoon after 4 days. Basically watching the chart on the NAS 100, because you have to pay premium prices for the futures with TradingView. Some of you probably do. I used to. It's only like $4 or something like that a month, or like $2 a month per like data feed or whatever. I think it was a total of 6. I think I paid for 3 different types of data. It was like $6 a month, but I don't pay for it anymore. So I don't have these that I can actually use on TradingView, but that's the reason why I watch the NAS, because the NAS 100 clearly is the NQ. I mean, this chart looks identical to the NQ. So if we go back and we look at yesterday's move, go to the NQ, maybe. Am I still alive and talking out there in the world? Everything good? All right. This is the same chart, right? So you've got, there's your divergence. This is that play. I mean, it's identical, right? So I've realized that, well, I mean, I'm trading Forex. My Forex account, I can't trade futures in. I can trade NAS 100 because it's an indice. So why not just look at the NAS 100 all the time instead of having to mess with the futures? And I have found that works very well. So I chart using the NAS 100 and I trade using NinjaTrader through Lilo. And so in 4 days, I made the $3,000 gain on the 50K account. And I'm up over 4,000 on the 100K account. So I think I'm going to not just, clearly I'm still trading Forex. I still have Forex accounts that I'm still trading. We're still looking at Forex pairs and all that kind of stuff, the Dixie and everything. We're looking at all this. This is still my bread and butter. I love it. However, we will be paying attention to these guys too. I like to incorporate that in. Those of you that have a Real Life Trading funded account, you can trade these in that account. So you can trade this in that account, but you can also trade the NQ and futures in that account. And with this market structure that I teach, or that we talk about every day, it works out very well with futures. In 4 days with, you can't trade NQ for real, but can you trade the, that sucks. Can you trade the YM or the, you can just do NAS? Okay. So it's like a true Forex account. Yeah. US 30 S&P. Okay. So you can only trade the indices, not the actual futures e-minis. Wow. They have a futures community. You'd think that would be part of. Well, it's a completely different broker, though. The broker that they have is probably not a futures, doesn't have a futures side to it. So, but this is still worth it. And two, if you wanted a futures account, Lilu, Apex. I know Arabia does Apex a lot. Top Step is okay. They've got a lot of rules and stuff to go by, but Lilu and Apex are actually pretty solid. Right. It's not as volatile. This is not as volatile. It moves just like these. So every little movement down is not, $50, $100, 200, all kinds of stuff. So almost let one slip there. It's very volatile. But what we're learning, what we're doing, and finding these imbalances and these moves, I have found it is very, very good on futures, on the contracts, using the futures platforms and stuff. So, but I also like the same trades. Like, I've got another account, that I trade strictly for my mom and dad. And I only trade the NAS 100 in it for the most part. Every now and then, like yesterday's dollar yen trade, I put that on in their account. But for the most part, it's literally just the NAS 100. And I trade their account at the same time I've been trading those futures accounts. So, and it is like in 4 days with the NQ and just trading the NQ. I don't trade the YM or the ES. I don't trade those. Just the NQ. I hadn't lost a trade in those 4 days, knock on wood. And secured that 50K account pretty quick. I thought, it was probably a fluke on the 25. So I'll get another one just to make sure before I start really announcing it. And then, it was even quicker and with those other ones. And I thought, yeah, I feel like I have to share. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things like, if I don't share, I feel like I'm doing y'all a disservice if I'm not saying, if I'm over here like just waxing the futures market and then we're talking about, Euro USD and, I'm going like 5 of 5 on trades in 2 days with the futures market. And then we're 1 of 3 or something like that on Forex. I feel like I'd be doing y'all this service. Yes. He all he trades is the NQ. And he explains why, Kerry. He explains why he uses just the few because he started out in Forex. He was a Forex guy. If you go back to his YouTube and go back to his past videos 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it's Forex. This is a nice little move, good little imbalance right there. Breaking that structure. I'd like to see it break down below here. And then we might even utilize this area as an entry. This is my stop. This would be my target. This would be a partial. But yeah, and that's the reason why it works so well. And that's another reason why I wanted to try it with the futures. And so when Josh posted that incredible discount that Lilu was given, I was like, yeah, I guess I'll dip my toes into it. So when that happened, I got the 25K account on I opened it up on a Thursday and took my first trade Thursday afternoon. And then Friday by midday, and granted, I overtraded for 2 days, had the account by Friday, middle of the day. And I was like, whoa, that was pretty quick. Got to do this again just to make sure that wasn't a fluke. Like I overtraded, I would trade it the way I would never have traded. And then, so with the 50K account and the 100K account, I held on to trades. Like I was like, I'm only going to take like 2 trades a day, maybe a third one if the setup happens. And literally, it was like 1 or 2 trades each. And in 4 days, I got the 50K account. I made over 3,000. And then on the 100K account, I let a couple of trades run a little bit longer than the 400, than the 50K, and I'm over 4,000 there. So I'm 2/3 of the way to that one. You got to get 6 on that one. So, and I'm talking my brother into it, so he'll kind of jump over on it. And I mean, these trades happen in like 5 minutes. Like they don't take long. So you're kind of in and out. It's pretty cool. Um, I'm also, so we're in the, I know Dean put out the little small video this morning on Slack. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But we're revamping a whole lot, changing our website and everything, and it's going to be so beneficial. And we're creating a whole bunch of different like mini courses and things like that that you can kind of go in and just pick and pluck. And one of them is going to be a futures mini course. So, but a lot of it's going to be based around this market structure. So, well, there's the move. Let's hope we hadn't gone too far. Let's check out what we're doing in the dollar. I kind of marked off the dollar a little bit. So we've got a nice imbalance right here that we've touched into. Is it 15-minute? I think it's 15-minute imbalance. Yeah. Kind of touched into, broke above. We are consolidating like crazy right here. This line right here is the midnight line. Pretty close to the dollar right now. So I'm just going to kind of make it a habit to kind of put that there. That worked out so well yesterday that I'm going to just make it a habit to kind of put it on there. As you can see, price is kind of really reacting to it, getting to it and kind of rejecting, getting to it and rejecting. So we're consolidating just above it, creating all of this liquidity down here. Nice imbalance that we could punch up to. But just like yesterday with the other market, I mean, we've got reasons to come down. We've got liquidity, rest of this imbalance here, liquidity here. So maybe a drop and then a push up. But tired of kind of predicting what the Dixie's going to do because I'm just not very good at it, I guess. Or I'm not patient enough with it. So I'm just going to wait and let it tell us what it's going to do right now, because we're just, making all this nastiness right in here. Just not a trade on the horizon. As far as news goes, we do have PMI coming out, and that will push one way or the other. We did have Euro CPI at 4 a.m. Oh my gosh. That's my father. So my mom is coming to the casino today. So give me 1 second. No, he knows what I'm doing. So at the beginning of this video, I was explaining, Liam heard me on YouTube. I was explaining that today's my son's birthday. He's 21. 21, my oldest son. And we're planning on going to Tunica, which are the casinos down in northern Mississippi. About 4.5-hour drive. And we're just going to take him down there and have a good time. 21 years ago in 2 months or whatever was my first time in a casino. So I had a blast. He's really into playing cards. So I'm going to take him down there and have a good time. Yeah. Yep. So anyways, this is the only kind of news that I really see kind of happening today. Obviously, this happened already, and it's already in and out, and it was pretty good numbers for the euro right there. This was not, but the rest was pretty decent, and that's the reason why we got kind of a pullback in the Dixie overnight. But this right here, I don't know if it kind of goes the way that the PCE did yesterday. Might not be good. I mean, it might be good for the dollar, but it ain't gonna be good for the market. So the European right here, we were pushing, and then that news come out and just kind of dropped it down. Not big news, but so just kind of consolidating, building up this liquidity and stuff. So we'll keep our eye on this. Dollar CAD was actually making some decent moves this morning. We've taken out, top side, now bottom side. We're probably going to push. Let's go to 3-minute chart. I think I started watching it right here. Yeah. Because I was like, man, this looks like a pretty decent long. But then we pushed down some more. And I was like, nah. Let's see, it was right. Yeah, it was right here. It was this little bitty candle I started seeing pushing over. And I was like, I'd probably be more willing to get into a short. So because I was a little confused by it, I was like, no, I'll just leave it alone. So we might just be revisiting this area. All day, every day. Look, bottom side, sell side liquidity, and then pushed, took out all this at the top before moving where it wanted to go. So to me, this is still bearish. But dollar's been so strong lately that it's kind of hard to predict exactly what it's going to do. So all you can do is pick a good spot and then, trust your analysis. Oh, I'll point out. So Liam sent me this trade last night. He saw movement in the pound dollar and picked out this nice imbalance. It pushed up. We had some structure break. It started to roll over. He jumped in here, which was a good thing. And this is on the hourly chart. I would have probably been waiting for that imbalance after this little structure break. However, it never would have came back for me. He ended up jumping in right here, which was, sometimes you just see a move happening and you should just jump in. Why not? And it ended up crushing, right? So it would never come back and got me in. So I would have missed this move, and he ended up taking that move on down. So, and then it followed through a little bit this morning overnight. That'd been a great move. You could have probably went to a lower time frame right here, structure break, and possibly had another entry on a lower time frame. So this was still the hourly. Possibly had another entry on a lower time frame in this candle right there to take this move further down, or extended your target to something over to the left here. So, but yeah, great trade. Great look. I gotta go there. So let's find it on the 1 hour. Yeah, right here. Right here's where he would have entered. He got out right there. Right there. We had a little retracement. So yeah, this candle right here, I am going to box it because I want to see what it looked like on a 3-minute chart. Yeah, there you go. Imbalance right here. Tags back in. Could have taken that. Possibly gotten a partial out of it. But I don't know if you'd caught this rest of it because it doesn't look like it would have gotten it. Wow. That's different. Seemed to hit lows back from the 22nd. Yeah. Yeah, it was good analysis, man. It was great. I don't think we would have gotten in right here. We wouldn't have had a reason when it come back for us. Might have had to just jump in. And I would assume if I'm in here and we make this move, I'm probably taking a partial. That's definitely more than 10 pips. And my stop will be somewhere around break even. So this would have taken me out. And that's the pound dollar for you. It would have given you enough pips right in here to be satisfied, but you would have been very frustrated that you didn't catch any of that. Look at that. Structure break. We do have a little imbalance right here that we can probably look at. And that's right there at that structure break as well. If you go into a 2-minute chart, still there would have been no reason to have. Yeah. The structure break's actually right there. And drop it down. See what happens right there. Perfect delivery. Just about touched it. Is that an order block or an imbalance I've got drawn? Where at on where I had that box on the pound dollar? That was just showing where it was in time. So you traded that on the 1 hour, and I wanted to I just boxed up your entry candle, or no, I boxed up this candle right here to see if we could find a an entry on a lower time frame after it breaks this structure. So, or as it's breaking the structure. So that's the reason why I had that. It wasn't an order block or anything like that. Just getting some rollover. I assume today is probably going to be slow. Yesterday we had a big reaction to the numbers. Those numbers were kind of eye opening. You know, a lot of people's been saying we've been in a recession. Why aren't we talking about being in a recession? And finally and a lot of it is because the numbers that keep coming in, you know, kept showing that we weren't in a recession. You know, these numbers are not recession numbers. Even though the market and everything's pointing recession, the economy keeps saying not quite there yet. And then yesterday's numbers, I think, were the first time that it showed that we were probably in a recession. I like both of those spots. This spot in particular, because this break is happening. So even though it is the pound dollar, I would definitely not put my stop above here unless I was playing that imbalance. But I think I would be playing this imbalance and a continuation through. Let me look at the Dixie just to confirm that. Mixed feelings. Just because the continuation through, this is going to be kind of a just kind of looks like a spot where we could do this before this. Which is, oh, that's what I want. Yeah. I want a retracement, dude. Come on, Joey. I guess I need more coffee. So yeah, I like this imbalance more than I like this imbalance. Just because this is where, well, it hadn't broke yet, but this is where, as we speak, this imbalance is from this part is the reason for that structure break. So, and this is a nice order block these two candles right here. That's a nice little order block move on a 3-minute chart. Pulling this down. We did not close below that. So it was kind of a weak break. I don't know if I like that as much. I want to see a continuation through. But I do like this still. Yeah, 6 pips on a pound dollar trade. That's pretty solid. Let's look at 15 minutes. Find a target. Jeez. So this is an order block on a weekly or something because it's purple. Wow. It's not really any kind of price we can get into. 1 hour. Let's close out everything over here. Just now I'm curious to see what that purple box is. Where's that? Right there. Yeah, it's a daily. So we're entering into this daily order block right here. That's where we're at. Sorry, that's a good move. If it comes back, there was probably your entry right there. Two-minute chart. Sorry, guys. Just trying to find some type of target that we can search for. We're at the bottom of one right there. Probably going to hit that. We'll go through that too. All right, so we got something here. And right there. And we'll have more. Oh, yeah. The granddaddy of them all. I like that one. But shorter term, right here. Yeah, dollar keeps pushing for sure. So this would be first target, probably overall target. All right. 30 pips. I would definitely take a partial if we were to come back up and drop. First partial would probably be wherever this stops. And then let the rest run. And we break down through here, just kind of move my stop to right here and be fine with those 30 and just start trailing my stop as it drops to each one of these spots if it goes that far. I mean, that's a pretty good drop. And we've already moved quite a bit on the day already. So but I mean, it's the dollar not giving me the retracement that I want. Same way here. Just not want to come back. It's a little bit cleaner price action right there for the S&P. Hmm. And is it 6 or 7? I think 6 a.m. Central Time is when markets the no, it's when okay. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. Yeah, London session closes, I think, on this candle. And then the US session opens on the 7 o'clock candle. That's right. Wow, that'd have been a good play there, right? So just looking at market structure here, so all night long in the Asian session when we opened up over here at 5 o'clock yesterday, we have been selling off, right, on the US 30. We build a base, midnight price, it pulls up, touches midnight price again, pulls back up here, and then breaks through midnight price, crushing all those longs that were already in to make this move, right? If anything, this move and this move took out buy side liquidity before then dropping, taking out sell side liquidity, and then pow. There's an entry. Could have entered on that candle, could have caught on the second move down for this move up. And as of right now, I'm not going to say we built up some top side liquidity right there. We're taking out the low side. We still have more to grab, and we do have imbalances down here that it can go for. Plus the midnight price. If we continue to trickle, this is not a strong move by any means. It's continuing to go down, but look how slowly it's going down. This is a strong move. This is a strong move. That right there is a strong push. There's none of that in these candles. So at some point, maybe we build a base, snap up, and then retrace down to the midnight price. And then from that point, this is all in the US 30, which is something I don't trade. But I mean, you can see it here too, same way. It's actually a little bit cleaner down in here as far as where liquidity was grabbed. But if you look, this candle did not break these lows. Whereas on the S&P, I mean, on the US 30, it did, right? So that's that divergence. And on the US 30, it would have been like that I was talking about at the beginning of the recording. But either way, grabbed buy side liquidity. We did have liquidity built up on this, trend that it did end up taking out and continued on. I don't know. I mean, you could have gotten in here. You'd have definitely been in drawdown for a little bit, but your stop would have probably been low enough. Partial. Yeah, which would have been a good target. So I don't want anybody to get confused. I'm going to take that off. I'll take these off because I think if we do start making this push up, we're going to take out these highs. Yeah, we're going to take out these highs, possibly put in kind of a relative equal highs at the Asian session, and then push down for the midnight price. Maybe. But I don't think I want to take a short in here or right in here. I want to see these get taken. And if they don't, then I'll probably just miss the trade. But I want to see that get taken before I go short. Let me get this off. Nope. Push too many buttons. There we go. I like that. Yeah, maybe this now retraces down in here. We're going to move all the way back down to this level. If that's the case, then we're supposed to be taking longs. Shorts on this one, though. I don't like that. Leave that open just in case. So this is a pretty significant move right here. Most of this was done while the dollar was climbing. See, most of that was done while the dollar was climbing up. Not as excited about this, but you know, I do like the yen for its strength right now. A little bit of a structure break. We do have some imbalance. We'll probably have imbalance left behind here. I think I might be okay with that. I mean, this is clearly melting off. This is a 3-minute. Look at that. Yeah, I'm okay with that move. That was probably a good entry on a 1 minute chart. These moves are happening just before these breaks of structure, and then they're not retracing to where after they break that. So that's the second one this morning, third one this morning that's done that. Six pip stop. I like this for the euro weakness for sure, more than the Australian strength, but let's give it a second. Euro also has a tendency to slap me in the face. So I'm not going to jump in too quick on this one. Go back to the dollar yen. Check it out. Oh, yeah. So that ran all the way through. So taking that one out. Euro USD. Breaking structure here. Seeking liquidity. Let's see what happens. Doesn't need to go below this one. I mean, maybe a wick, but definitely not a close below that. Not as confident in this move now. Yeah, this is coming down. Just took that out. Now I'm fighting the urge to not just push the button. I'm glad I didn't hear. That was a good move. Step out. Look at how Price delivered all the way through that order block right there and then bounced perfectly. It was great. It was a great move. I think I got too many things on my chart. All right, so we just took out some sell side on the higher time frame right here. Well, I'm glad I backed out. You definitely being in so tight on the Euro Aussie, you don't really see that. Definitely do not want to. I don't know. I don't think I want to be taking a short until we're below here. So that was a great move. It looks like we were almost to the end of it. Drop into the 5. See, I feel like this is still short and this is still dollar strong. But when I look at the Dixie, I feel like the Dixie is about to roll. Just tick below that into that imbalance. But yeah, the Dixie on a 15, this to me kind of looks bearish just because you got all of this right in here. But this looks bearish. It's a good target. I like a short right here, to be honest. Breaking that lower time structure. The target's going to be right there, top of that candle. Let's see if we can't get into this trade. If it don't like fly down. I will mark it into this if for some reason it comes back up. I don't even want to look at this chart because this chart tells me all the wrong things than what this chart's telling me. Man, should just hit the button. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a very hard read. Like everything about this tells me this is coming down. And this looks like it should be coming down too. So yeah. Yeah. Mm. So free drinks at the casino where I'm going. No, I'll be on watch, making sure my son's not going back to the ATM too much. Have y'all ever been to this is for Carrie and Chris, Liam? I don't think you've ever been, obviously, but have you ever been to Tunica in Mississippi? Either of you? It's really nice. Well, you're like in Indiana, right, Chris? So I mean, you've got some casinos up on around there. Tunica's super nice. It's just a casino, like it's got like 5 or 6 casinos down in the same area. And I am gonna go ahead and I'm marketing into this. Wow, I'm so glad I looked up though. I had the wrong lot size. So I'm in on that. Probably too early. I am setting my targets up. Let's see, 417. Wait a minute. That's not even the right. It's going to be different than that. Well, I mean, that's 12 pips. I'm actually going to leave it right there. Let me change where I'm at. 528. I am down here, man. Whew. So larger stop. I think it's at 8 pips. Yeah. And I'm actually looking at this on the 2-minute chart. So I do like that price delivery right there into that imbalance. I was just a little early on it. These are my numbers. Target C417. Is my target, right? Yeah, that's my profit. And then 604 is my exit. That's too tight. Let me go back up. I'm going to put my stop up to a full 8. All right. There's my official personal loss this morning. Yeah, you got a few. I lived in North Carolina a few years back, though. Yeah. So Tunica is super nice. They've got this casino there that we go to. I say we go to all the time. I haven't been to Tunica in probably 10, 15 years, maybe 10, but we used to go to it quite a bit. My grandmother was alive. She was a regular. They knew her very well. Um, Hollywood Casino is super nice. They've got, it's obviously the theme of it is movies, and they um, it's just a really nice looking casino. It's very wide. It's very open. So even back when you were able to smoke inside the casinos, it really didn't feel heavy like most of the other places did. Um, but it's still, now it's still wide open and everything. So it's a super nice place. I like it. Go back to the 1 minute. Okay, yeah. Need some follow through. So one casino in Townsville, Australia, and they don't even have a poker table. Yeah, my son would be a little disappointed. So Hollywood currently does not have poker tables. So we're going down the road a little bit to Horseshoe. They run a couple of tournaments here and there. I do not like that price movement right now. See, that's the reason. What? Yeah, everything was saying sell the dollar, but here it was showing buy the dollar. Although we are in the lower part of this area, I definitely probably jumped the gun and got in here when I shouldn't have, more than likely. I don't think I'm going to be too stubborn today, though. Gives you a nice push. So my initial analysis on this was take out these highs and then drop. So let's see what we're doing right here. Maybe we'll be positioning ourselves to do that. And this on the NAS 100. Pound dollar. Hey, look at that. Wrong currency pair. So in a dollar trade here, you can almost hedge it, but not hedge it because that'd be going in the same way. But I do like this. We did break above that structure to move higher. This would be a good target up in here. It'd be a good partial and then overall target. So maybe, I mean, honestly, I don't want to see it come back down. I want to see that break. Let's get below that structure. You might even be able to have a re-entry. We break this and we have some type of imbalance, then I will take maybe another entry right here. We'll see. Depends on how big this surge is. I may end up going ahead and cutting it too. At least partialing out enough and moving my stop to break even if we break this. Let me find out what's 10. I know I don't have it set up for like a huge move, but okay, yeah, 10's way down here. So I'm at an 8 pip stop. This would be a 1-to-1. Let's just hope that it breaks down. Yeah, I agree, Liam. Blackjack's one of those. I've seen some people like that just tear up a blackjack table, like in a good way. Like go in. I think the key is once you're up, just walk away. Kind of like taking your wins on a trade. Like have a target, hit your target, walk away. Because the casino is always usually, depending on where you're at, they're okay with giving away just a little bit. So, thank you, Carrie. Yeah. So 4th of July, huge U.S. holiday. I mean, I might get on here and talk, but we'll see. I will keep you updated, especially with the um, weekly outlook, and then again, I will be traveling Wednesday night. I know there will not be a live room Thursday. If there is, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And then be on the lookout Friday and for another. I'll do a live room in Spain. Me and Dean will be doing something together on Friday for show, and then Saturday, all that good stuff. We should be coming out with some stuff. So, anyways, we'll keep you updated on everything, and I'll see y'all Tuesday for sure. 100%. I will see you Tuesday morning. But I may probably see you Monday as well. I don't see why not. I'm gonna be up before anybody, anyways. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it too. Live room in Spain on Friday morning to end the week. I wish it was a little bit sooner, but I'm not leaving until Tuesday, so maybe I'll do the live room on Monday as well. All right, so we did get that break. This will be another great re-entry right there. I am actually going to move my stop, mitigate some risk, maybe just above this first imbalance right here or second imbalance. It should not go above this area right here. At least that's what I'm hoping. Let's go ahead and put a new stop. Look at that. I'm going to leave my stop where it's at. I mean, right here. So drop it down. Here it is at 542. 5-4. I'll watch price action right here. If we can't get through here, then I don't know, we may cut it. That's about 8 pips. Yeah, 7. It's a pretty good little move right there. I'll take it. I was just a little early on the entry. Everything's been running away from us. So I was just early on that entry. Even on the 2-minute chart, that was a little early. Could have waited till it got up in here somewhere where my stop is now. Risk reward would have been a little bit better, maybe by a pip, but in hindsight, this is coming all the way down there. Golly, that'd been great if we could have watched that. I got you. Yeah, I don't even know how that's going to work. I'm hoping that, man, we're getting a great move on this pound dollar down, but the euro is not moving as good. So it makes me feel like I need to go ahead and cut the Euro USD because we are getting to the extent of the pound dollar move, and Euro USD is just sitting there. Might need to just take my profit. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it this. Let's go to 2-minute chart. I'm gonna give it this candle right here. If we break down further, I'll just move my stop down some more. Maybe above this guy. If we don't, then I may cut the trade. Eight hours ahead of Spain. It's currently 1:30. Yeah. Yeah, it's 7 hours difference. So, and I mean, I am 100% fine with doing it same time, that I'm normally on, which would be midday in Spain. So I can get up and have a decent morning, and then like Dean's got the perfect time, right? Like he can get up, just have a great morning, and then sit down at market open or whatever, and then a couple hours later he has a great evening, right? It's like brunch and trading. I would love to see it below this candle here. So I'd love to see it break this structure. I don't think it's going to. Oh, yeah. Well, look at that. That is the most indecisive candle that you could have possibly given me. I was like, yeah, I'll give one more candle. And then it was like we opened and closed exactly at the same place. The shit. So I am gonna just mitigate risk. I'm not gonna close it. I know. I'm gonna put it right here. Hold stop. It's coming to get me. I gotta hurry up and put it in my broker. Where's that at? 517. It's not gonna be a loss of anything. All right. It's just above that candle, just above this imbalance where it broke. This might be a good entry. Yeah, I'm liking that. If it breaks, I'm liking it even more. It could have been a good short there. I would have never believed that I should have been going long the dollar. Mm-mm. Never would have believed that. But it was really this candle right here, this blue candle right here in the center. That's the one that caught my eye when I pushed this chart. Came back to the Euro USD chart. This is the one that caught my eye. I was like, man, we got up here, and then we had this little tight little candle right here, and then a larger candle, and then this candle did not break the highs, but it broke the lows. That right there signaled, like, just immediately in my head, that this looks bearish, right? And then we had this candle come in, touch on the highs again, but close way down here, and then indecisive inside candle on that one. Yeah, it was. I mean, that right there is a bearish move. And I don't know, like, how to write that down. You know what I mean? Like I can show it to you. I can, give that to you. Even if we go to a 1 minute chart, it will show the same thing, right? So we come up, we get this consolidation, we kind of poke above it, but this move from here to here is all one move. All right. Which means we took out sell side stops right there. And when this candle come back up, it did not break these highs. This candle pushed above this highs, but this one did not before it kind of retraced a little bit. So that right there was, as soon as we break this structure, we're going bearish. But I'm already looking bearish after these 3 candles right here. Like that, to me, that's playing market structure. And there's no indicator, there's nothing that can show me that move. None. No indicator that can show me that move. Even Momo says go bullish right here on this candle. And it doesn't tell me to go bearish until we've already broke that structure, but I've already seen the move bearish. So come on, man, get on down there. There we go. Oh, get me out. There we go. All right, cool. So that's where that move, this bearish move right here happened right here. Let me take all this crap off. And I don't know if anybody else, if y'all saw that when I was looking at it or whatever, but that's the reason why I got in that trade. There's more to it, right? Like these highs right here, it didn't eclipse, but it was mainly, it was literally this candle. That candle right there, breaking down the way it broke down. This is a bearish move from that point. So, and over time, I think like some one-on-one, like again, I watching it live and stuff, I know that that's beneficial and everything. But honestly, like one-on-one, going back and looking at charts like this and seeing that move, being able to point that move out, like just on charts, like this is the reason why this right here went bearish. Like that right there is where they, wow, sold too soon, didn't I? That's okay. But I'm hoping that through the live rooms, y'all can gain this, like, and be able to just go ahead and push that button and know that your analysis is going to hold this down. I didn't like this candle, but it didn't break above this guy. So I was okay with it. Like after it closed, I was like, all right, we're probably okay. That's and see, this move right here is the types of moves that I'm seeing also in the futures market on the NQ. And I'm taking this move down right here. I don't even have to wait this long. I can just go ahead and mark it in. When I see this candle come in, I wait for a better price. I jump in when I know it's rolling and take this move, and then I'm in and out. And on the NQ, on the regular NQ, not, the mini, not the micro, this right here, that's probably one contract. You're probably looking at $300 to $400 right there in that one move. Being able to read price and structure is so invaluable. And all it is chart time. All right, guys, 6:45. I have to, let's see, marketing in on the breakdown is still pretty, right. And I didn't start doing that. Right. No, don't let me back up. I started marketing in, but I marketed in right there. And I stopped out right there. And then when it made this move, I was scared because I'm already in a loss. And then it does exactly what I thought it was going to. That was where I was at. But now being able exactly being able to see the charts and know that this area right here could be pulling price back up, right? Right. This could be a little magnet. Is there a magnet right here? Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Yeah, there was one right there. So that could be a little magnet. I don't know how to turn it. Never used it before. Get it off. All right. But seeing that this is an area in which price can come back to keeps me out of this trade now. I don't chase that anymore. Even right here, I don't, that would be hard to chase because there's not a real good setup like this was. So knowing that price could come back up here when this move is made keeps me from taking that market and getting stopped out now. But seeing the market make this move back up and then stall, seeing price action like that in the candles makes me realize we're not coming here. It was just filling in that we're about to roll. And then I can take that market. That's just time in the charts. It's time in the charts, but it's also skin in the game. Like you can do this on a paper account all you want. And I know there's obviously don't spend your money while you're learning if you don't have to. I didn't learn by paper trading. And that was just me, but I didn't learn by paper trading. I mean, I had, a $50 account or a $30 account, and I was taking, 0.01 lot sizes on these trades, marketing in, seeing what it is when I started learning this. This is, earlier this year, gaining that confidence to pull the trigger right there. So, but that's me. I don't. I throw myself in the fire. I've got to go ahead and I got to throw myself in the fire and get it done. That's how I learn. I don't learn by paper trading. There's nothing. There's nothing on, there's no feeling to it. There's no emotion to it. It's like, I mean, I can do that and I can write it down and I can keep it in a journal, but honestly, I didn't feel that trade. You push that button, you got skin in the game, you feel it. Like, something is happening. So that's the reason why, even if it's just 10 cents a pip, what's happening. And if it runs 10 pips, you're making $1. Something's there. There's a reason. Guarantee you're going to feel way better about that dollar than you are about that 100 paper trade. And that's totally me. So anyways, 10 till 7, we're supposed to be leaving out of here in about an hour and a half. And again, obviously the bread and butter, this is what we're going to trade, but I do want to start incorporating these guys a lot more on certain moves. Now, these moves sometimes will happen after we're already off, whatever. So maybe at some point in the future, down the road, in my classroom when I'm teaching creative writing, I'll just pull these charts out and we'll go from there. That'd be awesome. Just teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th graders how to trade and then calling it creative writing. Let's see if I can spin that one. I don't think I'd have a job long. All right. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to try not to lose all my money. Liam, I appreciate it, man. And y'all have a great weekend. Have a great 4th of July, Mr. Chris. Yeah. And I will see y'all. I still may be on Monday morning. I don't see why not. So as of right now, I'll see you Monday morning. Weekly Forex Outlook will be out Sunday. So, but yeah, enjoy the weekend. Have a great time. Y'all be good.